What's going on, guys? You may have noticed that actually I'm in a different studio space. I'm in my friend Gabe's studio space. He's a professional producer, sound engineer, and today we are talking about how to make your vlog audio crisp, tasty, just sounding amazing. Basically, it was just that Gabe messaged me on Facebook. He was like, hey man, we gotta talk about your vlog audio. We're gonna bring Gabe in today, and we're gonna make sure that you guys have the best vlog audio, and that also I have better vlog audio. To give a little background on Gabe, other than being like one of the dopest guys and one of my like closest friends, he is a music producer. He's worked with Shawn Mendes. He's also worked on stuff with Disney, and combined with the stuff that he's either produced or worked on, he has a combined total amount of plays of 1 billion. Yes, that's billion with a B. I'm pretty sure if you're not good at audio, you don't have 1 billion plays amongst all the work that you have. So we're gonna introduce Gabe right now. No, you're supposed to like just cut in. Like I would like cut you and then you're in it. You didn't have to slide in.
But I slide into your DMs. Why can't I slide into the frame?
Actually, that's how we met. That's actually a really good segue into it. The first time that Gabe and I met is because I used to be a musician, and we kind of just like, in the music world in Toronto, everyone kind of wants to get to know each other. So, of course, Gabe just slid into my DMs, and then we went for breakfast, and we've been like best buds ever since. This is Gabe.
What's up, guys? I'm Gabe. I'm an audio engineer, producer, and writer based out of Toronto. So in the midst of making all my music, I have a lot of YouTube time, whether it's bouncing, editing stuff. I'll throw YouTube on all day. I have a luxury of being in a great space in a treated room, but the downside of that is on YouTube, it exposes the massive flaws in vlog and just YouTube audio in general that I think are underserving some of the great videos I'm seeing. It's not being matched by like what the audio could be.
Yeah, like all the creators put so much time into making sure that their visuals look great, but like such a big component to filmmaking is the soundtrack and the audio and what you're recording. So if you're gonna go spend, $300 on a microphone, like learn the post-production or even just learn how like that whole thing works together so that your video sounds as good as it looks. Something that I rarely think about is that people are not just watching this on their phones. My dad, as an example, will only watch my videos on like the plasma screen television with like the great sound. So he'll be like, the video looked good, but like, Chris, son, we need to talk about your audio. It's 2 times I've been spoken about my audio, so we're gonna fix this today. So on that note, we're gonna hand this over to Gabe, the audio master. He just put his hat backwards. That's how you know it's just like, it's game time. So Gabe, you're up.
First thing you gotta do is you gotta take the world and record it. And what I've seen from a lot of the vlogging community is Rode's got some great products for mics that kind of mount on your top of your DSLRs. Highly recommend getting the windscreen cover, which just helps kind of filter out a lot of the outside world.
Real quick, that little like thing with like the fuzz, what they call it, it's called a dead cat. So you can be like, hey mom, I bought a dead cat.
It's called a dead cat?
It's called a dead cat.
That's awesome. So yes, more dead cats to cover your microphone. What that does is if you've seen singers from back in the day in studios, they have like a little windscreen in front of the mic. All that's doing is just protecting from excess wind pressure that can cause extra rumble in your recording. Second thing is making sure your levels that you're setting on your camera are capturing it at the right optimal level. Previously, everyone thought like, let's get it as loud as we can, so then when we export it, it's like super loud and super exciting. What you really want to do is actually turn the volume down a bit. Because we're recording digitally, it gives you a lot more room to work with. So you actually want to record it a little quieter and give yourself some space. That way you can always make it louder in post, but distortion, you cannot get rid of that. That's there forever and you don't want to deal with that.
Dude, you're killing it.
Thanks, man.
Nice.
Stage 2 is I've got it recorded, now what? You guys are capturing, I'm hearing the raw audio, but there's some finesse moves we can do in there to just really sweeten things up and give it that extra sense of power. How do we do that? First thing is this thing called EQ. So what EQ does is it takes all the frequencies you have available and allows you to manipulate it to either highlight certain frequencies or take some away. Most of the film editing programs I've seen have like basic EQs in them. So the key thing is you want to just, 1, eliminate any crazy noise. You're gonna get noise from AC units, cars, you name it, which creates a lot of like underlying rumble. Sometimes you can't really pick that up if you're editing on laptop speakers, but it comes really apparent on like headphones or bigger systems. So what you want to do is you want to use an EQ to just kind of like shelve off at the bottom everything basically above 90 hertz, and that'll help really clean up the bottom end. It'll actually push some of the voice forward because you're getting rid of unnecessary low end that's dragging it down. You'll notice on some of the Rode mics they actually have this high pass filter built in, basically like looks like a line with a slant on it. Best to maybe commit to that right away, and then that way you don't have to worry as much in post, and that'll just help save you. Okay, Stage 2 of EQ, emphasizing the voice. Now, sometimes I hear vlogs and they sound like this, like a 1950s radio announcer, because they're so muffled. And that's one thing with my boy Chris that I've been hammering him on. Open up that mid-range so it sounds nice and smooth. He's got a smooth voice in person. On the vlogs, it's a little jolty. How do we correct that? What we do is between 1,000 hertz and about 5,000 hertz is like, that's your sweet spot zone for where the voice sits. If you just take your EQ and you just push it up really high and you can sweep across, you'll kind of notice, you'll hear it. The frequency that's really annoying and really piercy will all of a sudden jolt forward really aggressively. And then from there, you just go straight down. And you'll notice it'll open it up from this to suddenly potentially a real voice. What you can do to just compensate for that little dip now is you can add a little sparkle, a little crispiness to give it that like expensive sound. And that's in like the 5 to 10K range. You just want to sweep around a little small boost, a little shelf. All of a sudden you've tilted the voice from being very muffled and closed to suddenly open and available and like ready for you to hear. The best way I found to start is presets. Presets are great. In most of these audio applications, they have male and female presets. It's just different types of curves that have been set for different types of voices. Last two tips I have are compression and de-essing. So once you've had your nice EQ to kind of balance out the voice, now you want to regulate how jumpy the voice is. So the other thing I noticed about vloggers in general, because you guys are bopping around from different places, is how jumpy your audio is because you're all over the place.
I like how every vlogger is like an old 50s like show tunes person. It's just like, oh, draw audio.
Well, no, because you know what? You guys are jumping from skateboards to zip lines to everything. You know,
that sounds like a great vlog.
Right?
We should do that vlog.
You want your vocal to sound like right there and hot so that when the listener hears it, they get that sense of like power and authority. This is where we use compression and de-essing to help just kind of bring the level of the voice up, allow it to just really sit in a nice sweet spot. Essentially what a compressor will do is take stuff that's really, really loud and stuff that's really, really small and just kind of make the middle ground a lot more approachable so that your peaks and valleys aren't as drastic. Because from a listener standpoint, the one thing I notice when I'm always in the studio is that sometimes I have to ride the volume knob to keep up with some of the vlogs. Whereas if you do your compression right on your vocals, it just keeps the listening experience super, super cohesive. De-essing is, getting rid of the sibilance, right? Because now as you bring the vocal up and you start increasing the level, you may have harshness in your vocals. So what de-essing does is it just kind of helps with the consonants, the T's, the S's, boom. So those three tips again are capture it properly, EQ it right, and then compress and de-ess. So that way, when I'm sitting here listening on YouTube, I don't have to ride that volume knob and you guys sound extra crispy and nice. PS for all the homies out there who use Adobe Audition, and again, if you guys have the Adobe Creative Suite, it's in that pack, so you have it. I figured that was the best way to kind of construct this for all you Adobe subscribers out there, is I made a custom preset template that has a couple different chains on it that allow you to take your audio to the next level and kind of build on what I'm talking about. So download it in the link below and take your audio to the next level on your vlogs. Let's go.
A big thank you to Gabe for sharing all his secrets about audio so that all of us can take our like vlog audio to the next level. Gabe's obviously got an Instagram, so please go check him out.
Feel free to DM me. I'm always down to talk audio and help make, audio on YouTube sound better. I got a huge passion for YouTube creators.
He's amazing, and obviously everything he touches is gold, and I wanted to make a specific note. Yes, that's like, I'm just like showering him with compliments. He just worked on a new record with Victoria Duffield, who is actually here right now.
Oh, hey everybody.
Oh, this is Victoria Duffield. If you're from Canada, you probably remember her because she's a huge pop star and she's amazing and super talented. They just worked on a brand new track. Here's a quick little sample of it.
Wow, oh my God, who's that girl? She's on fire. Like damn, she's the one. I just wanna be like, hey.
The song is released on Spotify. Go check it out. Look up Victoria Duffield. Find the latest hit. It's called Wow. And just like add it to a playlist, save it. It's just straight up fire. If you like pop music, please just go and support because I actually mean it. These guys are family and I want to like have them like kind of share a really quick thing.
For me, this release is completely different. We're doing this independently. I was really excited when I got to meet Gabe and realized his passion for wanting to make great music, but putting the hard work into it and not being afraid to put the ground hustle into it. We're both believers in working hard and making it happen from what you're thinking into what you want without having to depend and rely on a bunch of people around you. Just like all you phenomenal creators out there, you have a vision, you make it happen, and you just go for it. You don't wait and sit back and go, who else can make this happen for me? You got to make it happen yourself. Gabe and I both think the same way in that respect, so those are the sort of personality traits behind us that made WOW happen.
Yeah, they're straight up genuine hustlers. They're genuine people. The music is good. It's the full package, you guys. Seriously, just go check out the song. If you guys liked this video, please press like. It actually makes a difference. Subscribe. Would love for you guys to join along. We're going to be sharing a ton more tips.
Subscribe to this man.
I paid him $50 to say that. I probably 100, 300. Anyways, guys, we'll catch you next time. Peace out, everyone. Woo!
Like, wow, oh my God, who's that girl? She's on fire. Like, damn, she's